It's so easy. I think that's what makes alcohol so ubiquitous and so attractive in many ways, because it's so easy just to pop open a cork or open a bottle of beer and just almost wipe the day out or wipe the afternoon off. And to achieve that without it is much more difficult. But it can be done. It just takes a bit more effort and a bit more planning. And that's what we're all about, one, beer, very much so. It's about trying to give people the skills to actually set things up that will make a difference. For example, some people love exercise. That just makes a real difference to them. The endorphins, the buzz, the euphoric high, but requires a lot more effort than just opening a can of beer, as it were. But you get a similar result from it for some people. Other people love reading, walking, connecting. I think it's time to get to know yourself a bit better, because what happens is it's not just those big pressure moments. People then start to drink, like we're all guilty of it, once or twice a week for every celebration, commiseration. So that sort of reward that it gave you for that, pressure valve release, as it were, is always abused a little bit, because we start to use it all the time. So I think what happens when you stop drinking, you give yourself an opportunity to figure out the things that achieve that for you in a really healthy, productive way. And once you've figured it out, you're unstoppable, because then you skip all the lethargy and tiredness and can't be arsedness, and you get that consistency back, and then you start to get fitter and faster, and all these wonderful things start to happen, and you get to know yourself a bit better and know that, do you know what's going to do it for me? Going for a big run. It's going to help me completely de-stress. And then you gain that healthy skill rather than, I'm just going to have a beer.
What about legal drugs, legal highs, psychedelics? Are you interested in any of that? I mean,
no.
Obviously we've just had a coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the coffee in itself, sugar. I mean, where do you stop with it? So I think all of these things, like anything, you have to, and I don't like the word moderate, because I think moderate sounds like you want lots of something and you deliberately try to have less. And I think that's why people find moderating so difficult.
Yeah.
But in reality, I'm trying to get to a place myself of a sort of this naked mind. There's a great book called This Naked Mind in the alcohol space by a lady called Annie Grace. But I almost like that theory of no coffee, no sugar, no alcohol. See what's really under there.
Yeah.
What's it really like to have your full vitality, your full zest for life, because we almost don't know when there's a bit of coffee in the system or a bit of sugar in the system or alcohol in the system. And the things with alcohol, that's why it's the biggest one that holds people back. It hangs around for days and days and days, because when you think about it, it's not the obvious nausea or hangovers, it's the fact that it destroys your sleep. Yeah. And look at all the science about sleep and productivity and motivation and energy and mental health. It's like disastrous, and alcohol destroys your sleep. So it takes you out for 2 or 3 days every time you have one drink. And that's why I'm not talking about problem drinkers or addicts. I'm talking about basically everyone who drinks, which is once or twice a week or whatever it is. It's constantly sort of holding you back. It's like kryptonite to your dreams. That's how I describe it. A bit of my frustration with it all at the moment, and I think it's starting to seep through the science. It's coming through. The science has been there forever, the same as there's been science around smoking. But, it's a number one carcinogenic. It leads to all sorts of different types of cancer, specifically breast cancer. People don't realise that. It is holding people back, and it is causing problems in people's lives, even at a moderate level. That's the thing. I'm trying to get people into the mindset. It's not about waiting until there's some problem to address alcohol. Address it now, because you'll be, and I say this a lot, an even better parent, even better at your job, even fitter, even faster. And the key word there is even. It's not to say that you're not already a brilliant parent or you're not already brilliant at your job, but I guarantee it, you will be even better when you remove the booze. It's a total no-brainer, and it's not about giving up forever as well. That's the thing. It's about transforming your relationship with it. So if you do want to drink once or twice a year at the cricket with your mates, make it once or twice a year. That's not the end of the world. That's still amazing, right? Where the problem kicks in is when people are just drinking sort of mindlessly for every celebration, commiseration, day that ends in Y, because that's sort of what they do. But if you're tactical with it, why not transform your relationship? And if you feel amazing, keep going.